The Golden Scorpion. The sun was setting over the small town of Mariba, on the edge of the Sahara Desert. Four friends stood outside a small cafe, each holding a worn backpack. They were about to begin a journey that none of them would ever forget. Liam, the leader of the group, was tall and confident. His brown hair was messy from the wind, and his green eyes were full of excitement. He loved adventure and had always dreamed of exploring the desert. Ava, the clever one, wore glasses and carried a notebook in her bag. She loved history and had read many books about lost treasures. Her calm and thoughtful nature balanced Liam's impulsive energy. Noah, the joker of the group, had a constant smile on his face. He could make everyone laugh, even in the most dangerous situations. But behind his humor, he was brave and loyal. Finally, there was Sophia, the cautious one. She was kind and caring, but she often worried about the risks they might face. Still, she couldn't say no when her friends invited her on this journey. They had come to Mariba after Ava found an old map in her grandfather's attic. The map showed a strange symbol, a golden scorpion, and a route through the desert that led to the lost temple of Anor. According to local legends, the temple was built thousands of years ago to hide a treasure of unimaginable value. "We have enough water, right?" Sophia asked, looking at the heavy bottles in her backpack. "Plenty," Liam said with a grin. "And I've got the GPS. We'll follow the route exactly." Ava unfolded the map. The paper was yellow and fragile, and the ink had faded, but the symbol of the golden scorpion was still clear. "The temple should be somewhere here," she said, pointing to a spot deep in the desert. "That's at least 2 days of walking," Noah said. "I hope the treasure is worth it." They spent the night in a small guest house, listening to the wind outside and feeling the excitement of what was to come. Early in the morning, they set out, the desert stretching endlessly ahead of them. The first day was hot and dry. The sand burned under their feet, and the sun was like fire in the sky. But the friends kept walking, telling jokes, sharing stories, and imagining what the treasure might be. By sunset, they reached a group of strange rock formations. They decided to camp there for the night. As they ate a simple meal of bread and dates, Ava noticed something carved into one of the rocks. It was the same golden scorpion symbol. "This means we're on the right track," she said, her eyes shining. But as the night grew darker, they heard something in the distance. A deep, low sound, like a drumbeat coming from beneath the sand. The friends froze, listening to the strange, deep sound. It came again, slow and steady, like something alive beneath the sand. "What is that?" Sophia whispered, her voice trembling. "Probably the wind," Noah said quickly, though his smile faded. Liam grabbed his flashlight and pointed it toward the darkness. The beam lit up the rippling dunes, but nothing moved. Still, the sound continued, a steady thump-thump as if the desert had a heartbeat. Ava crouched beside the rock with the golden scorpion carving. "This symbol is a warning," she murmured. "I read somewhere that in ancient Egypt, the scorpion was a guardian of sacred places. Maybe it means danger is near. Or maybe it means we're getting close to the treasure," Liam said, trying to sound brave. "Either way, we can't turn back now." That night, they slept lightly, waking at every sound. The wind carried strange whispers across the sand, and the stars above seemed almost too bright. By morning, the air was already hot. They packed their things and set out again, following the map. As the sun climbed higher, their shadows grew short, and the heat became almost unbearable. Around midday, Noah spotted something ahead. "Hey, look, there's a building." They hurried forward, but when they reached it, they saw it was only a ruin, the remains of an old caravanserai, where travelers once rested on desert journeys. Its walls were crumbling, half buried in sand. Inside, Ava found a piece of pottery painted with the same golden scorpion symbol. "Another clue," she said. "This means we're still on the path." Sophia sighed. "I hope the path leads to water soon. We can't keep walking like this forever." Just as they were about to leave, Liam noticed footprints in the sand. Fresh ones. "Someone else has been here recently," he said. The footprints led east, toward a line of tall dunes. Without discussing it, they began to follow. The sun was lower now, but the air was still hot. They climbed a high dune, and from the top, they saw something strange, a dark shape in the distance, half buried in the sand. It looked like the entrance to a massive stone doorway. "That must be it," Ava said, her voice full of excitement. They started toward it, but halfway down the dune, the ground began to shift beneath their feet. The sand moved like water, pulling them downward. "Quicksand!" Liam shouted. Noah grabbed Sophia's hand, and Liam reached for Ava. They struggled, kicking and crawling until they reached solid ground again. Breathing hard, Sophia stared at the moving sand. "If that's what guards the way to the temple, I'm starting to think we should turn back." Liam shook his head. "We've come too far." As the sun set behind the dunes, they reached the stone doorway. It was covered with carvings of scorpions and strange symbols they couldn't read. The air around it felt cooler, as if the desert itself was holding its breath. Ava touched the stone and felt a faint vibration. "This isn't just a wall. It's hiding something." And then, from the shadows inside, two glowing eyes opened. The four friends stood frozen in front of the doorway. The glowing eyes in the darkness didn't move, but they were watching. Liam slowly raised his flashlight. The beam cut through the shadows, revealing the shape of a large, sleek animal, a desert fox, its fur pale like the sand. Sophia let out a shaky breath. "Just a fox. I thought it was." Before she could finish, the fox darted away into the darkness of the temple. "Strange," Ava said. "It didn't look afraid of us at all." They stepped cautiously inside. The air was cool and smelled faintly of dust and stone. Shafts of golden light slipped through cracks above, illuminating the walls. Every surface was covered with carvings, scorpions, suns, and long lines of ancient writing. "This is it," Ava whispered. "The Temple of Anna." They walked deeper, their footsteps echoing. In the center of the chamber stood a massive stone statue of a man with the head of a falcon. Around its base were offerings, broken jars, dried flowers, and small golden coins scattered in the dust. Noah bent down and picked up one of the coins. "This looks real," he said, grinning. Suddenly, a low rumble filled the air. The ground trembled beneath their feet. "Put it back," Ava shouted. Noah quickly dropped the coin and the rumbling stopped. Sophia's eyes were wide. "Okay, that's it. This place is dangerous." But Liam was staring at the far wall. There, hidden behind a curtain of dust and cobwebs, was a large stone door. In the center of the door was a carving of the golden scorpion, its eyes set with tiny red gems. "That's where the treasure is," Liam said quietly. Ava studied the door. "It's locked, and judging by the writing, it can only be opened with something called the Scorpion Key." "Great," Noah said. "And I'm guessing the key isn't lying around here." Before they could decide what to do, they heard voices outside, low, rough voices speaking in a language they didn't understand. Footsteps crunched on the sand. "Someone's coming," Liam whispered. Quickly, they ducked behind the statue, holding their breath. Through the doorway, 3 men entered. Their faces were hidden by scarves, and each carried a rifle. One of them walked to the stone door and touched the golden scorpion. "It is here," he said to the others. The friends exchanged wide-eyed looks. Whoever these men were, they were also after the treasure, and they clearly knew more than the 4 of them. The leader turned to his companions. "Tomorrow we dig, and when we have the key, no one will stop us." The men left as quickly as they had come, their footsteps fading into the desert night. When the silence returned, Liam spoke in a low voice. "We have to find that key before they do." Ava nodded. "But it could be anywhere in the desert." Noah grinned nervously. "Guess our adventure just got a lot bigger." Sophia sighed, already feeling the weight of what was ahead. "I have a bad feeling about this." They stepped back into the moonlit desert. The golden scorpion symbol burned into their minds. Somewhere out there, the key was waiting, and so was danger. The night air in the desert was cold, a sharp contrast to the burning heat of the day. The 4 friends huddled together near the temple entrance, whispering about what to do next. "We can't let those men come back tomorrow," Liam said firmly. "If they get the key first, the treasure will be gone forever." "But where do we even start looking?" Sophia asked. "The desert is huge." Ava thought for a moment, her eyes drifting to the carvings on the temple walls. "These symbols, I think they're telling a story. Look here, the scorpion, the falcon-headed god, and a well." Noah squinted. "So, what? The key is in a well?" "Not just any well," Ava replied. "It says, the well of the first oasis. We saw an old oasis marked on the map, remember? It's only half a day's walk from here." Without wasting time, they packed their things and set off under the moonlight, guided by the stars. The desert was silent except for the crunch of sand beneath their boots. By dawn, they reached the ruins of the oasis. The well was there, covered by a stone lid. Liam and Noah pushed it aside, revealing a dark hole. Ava lowered a rope into the well. "It's not too deep." "I'll go." "No way," Liam said. "I'll go first." He climbed down carefully. At the bottom, his flashlight revealed a small stone box carved with the golden scorpion. His heart raced as he opened it. Inside was a key made of gold, shaped like a scorpion with ruby eyes. "We found it," he called up, but their victory was short-lived. A shout rang out behind them. The 3 armed men had followed their tracks. "Give us the key," the leader barked. Thinking fast, Noah grabbed a handful of sand and threw it into the men's eyes. "Run," he yelled. They sprinted toward the dunes, the men chasing them. The sand made every step heavy, but they didn't stop. In the distance, the temple rose from the desert like a shadow. They reached the golden scorpion door just as the men caught up. Liam slammed the key into the lock. The door rumbled open, revealing a chamber filled with gold, jewels, and ancient artifacts. The armed men froze, stunned by the sight. But before anyone could move, the floor beneath them cracked. The temple shook violently, a trap. "Out, now!" Ava shouted. They ran as the chamber collapsed, the treasure vanishing under tons of stone. The golden key slipped from Liam's hand and disappeared into the rubble. When the dust settled, the temple was gone. Only the desert remained, silent and endless. The men had fled, and the friends stood together, catching their breath. "Well," Noah said, forcing a smile. At least we saved the treasure from falling into the wrong hands. Sophia nodded. And maybe some things are meant to stay hidden. They turned and began the long walk back to Mariba, the sun rising over the dunes. The golden scorpion might be buried forever, that the adventure would stay with them for the rest of their lives. The end.